Round two here, we got the 59565 kit here, and it's for a 2014 Chevy that we're putting in my dad's truck here. They're believe they're 2,000 pound bags, which with his 1,500, that's fine for a lot of tongue weight. He's not going to have that much tongue weight, I wouldn't think. So we decided to go with opt those over the 5,000 pound bags. And yeah, so they just dropped me off here later, and I noticed the bottom's open, so hopefully everything is in there. So I'll get to pulling this stuff out, and we'll get to assembling all the stuff kind of together, and then we'll get to putting them in his truck when he gets home from work here, or whenever he comes home. But I'll show you all the stuff that's in it, and when I assemble it, we'll take a look at everything and get to putting them in the truck. It's very straightforward to install, no drilling required, so that'll be nice compared to my install, which you can look at my other videos of the load lifter 5000 and the 94-02 Dodge. But yeah, check those out if you're interested, and yeah, we'll get started on this. Okay, so there's everything there. I just went over my instructions and went through this checklist since the box was open and made sure that everything was here. So you got your two clamps, because that's how it is there. You'll need one on this, one for each side. Bolts, spacers for the frame, those brackets for the bottom there. Frame again, those looks like some tie-ups. Oh, I think those are for you have to remove an ABS wire or something. Brackets for the bottom, brackets for the top, both airbags. Look them over, make sure they're good. Came with metal fittings, which I've seen in past they've had plastic, so that's good. Mine were metal, but I wasn't sure if on the lighter stuff they use plastic, but nice to have metal. Your two nuts for the top, I guess those are plastic, but anyways, we'll see. Guess they're just kind of holding them there. There's going to be pressure on them all the time. We're going to put a T in this airline, so we don't have to use both those. We can only use one fill up, so each bag will fill up at once. So probably won't use all this. Comes with zip ties and all the stuff you need to attach it there. I'm not going to worry about that now. Nice airlift sticker. Put it on your workbench like I did from my stuff. Anyways, yeah, we'll get to pre-assembling all this stuff and getting it ready for install, and we'll leave it at that. You'll see me again once I get everything pre-assembled. Okay, there we go. So basically that's all you can do for pre-assembly. I don't even know if you can actually do this, but it's just one bolt. I just want to get everything in order. So basically you got to bolt those to the frame first, then shove these in, and then you put your connector on through that hole, because this won't go through. Plastic stuff, those ones get torqued to 4 foot-pounds, it says on the bag, and lower end plate is 15 foot-pounds on those bolts. You leave them loose so you can jiggle them around and center everything up so everything's going up and down nicely. And yeah, we'll get to throwing all this jumbo on the truck when we get the truck here. So yeah, we'll see you then. Okay, so we're over at the truck now. We cleaned off, or we're going to clean off the frame here with this razor. We'll just, if you're from the States, whatever, you probably won't have a rusty frame, but we just shave that off so we have a good clean mounting surface. Clean that off, and then we will go and put the bracket on. We're gonna start off by taking off this ABS wire here. You gotta use your pliers, and we'll just pry it down. Just get in there like this. We're about halfway. There we go. We're pried out there. Then you got to take this clip completely off. So I won't be using it again, so I'm just going to cut it, because I'm not sure how it does come apart. There we go. So there it is. We're off there. So I'll clean up the frame there. Be careful, because actually I think that's coated there with wax or something, so actually maybe not shave that off, but we'll clean it up good. And then we'll get to throwing the bracket on. We're going to throw a bolt down in there, but in the meantime I'll get to cleaning this up. Alright, so we take this bolt here, we'll drop it through the frame, which may be interesting here. We'll see how hard it'll be. Not too bad. So we're through there now, and you can take your bracket. We're on the right hand side. Remember, right hand is when you're sitting in the driver's seat looking to the front of the vehicle, and this actually does say it on here. It's an R there. So you take this and we'll throw it on like this. See that hole right there? We'll put the bolt through there against the frame, and then we'll have our clip here for the ABS wire to go through. That'll go between, and then a washer and a nut. So I'll get to putting that on now. Okay, so before we go and do that, now that I've scraped the frame clean, we got rid of the thick stuff. So now I got my oil can here, my spray gun, I just took it off. Got this thick oil. I'm just gonna paint it on here, just so that doesn't rust. As you can see where the flaking came off behind it here, how it is all rusty. So we'll just put a bit of oil on there just to prolong, so these don't cause moisture in there and stuff and rust out the frame, just the way I look at it. So something you can do. Anyways, we'll throw this bracket on now. So we got that started there. You have to go in from behind and hold it, but you got to go down, and it says to use a wrench, which you can't. So I think I can use this 9/16 and get it in over the lip of the frame and down in. Then we'll tighten from the bottom. So that's what I'll do now. Okay, so we're on and tightened down. The hardest part was getting the wrench on the back. Sorry I didn't show it. Now you got this to do. So you take your carriage bolt here, slide it through there, then you go on the back side and you put on this spacer and the washer and the nut, and then you torque that up. This is supposed to be to 44 foot-pounds, by the way, so we'll torque that all up, and then we're pretty much good to grab our base and bag and put it in. Okay, so got our bag here pre-assembled, and take in mind that this will be squashed down quite a bit because there is weight in the back of this truck right now, hence why we're putting these in. Doesn't matter though, because I mean, it's not like we're drilling holes like on my other video, because then it would matter for bag compression and stuff. So anyways, we'll throw this bag in here now. I'll throw that in, and then we can put this nut on top, 4 foot-pounds, so basically finger tighten, I guess. And then we'll put our U-bolt on the bottom. Alright, so we can torque that up. This is on, these are long, the U-bolts, but they're fine, they're not in the way, so I'm not going to cut them. I'm just going to zip tie the one ABS wire there so it doesn't hit on the wire. But yeah, pretty much done. We'll run our airline to the back and torque this into place so it's a nice even up and down there. Then we're going to run our airline back here. He wants it run right here, and that's where we'll be putting it there, and yeah, that's where we'll draw our hole and put it. So yeah, for now that's pretty much done. We'll just torque it up, make sure everything's fairly aligned, and then I'm gonna put the tire back on and drop it back down once I get the airline pushed in and zip tied back, so I can let this down and go to the other side. But yeah, we'll get to doing the airlines next, because I'm going to do the other side since it's pretty much the same as this. I don't need to show you, so we'll just get to running airlines after this once I'm done both sides. Alright, I just threw the tires back on. We'll come around here, just grab my drill bit here, and I drilled that hole right there. So we'll throw our airline through there. Your sequence of it is this right here. There's your drawing, that's how you put your stuff. We'll tighten that up there, and then I got this right here, T, so I'm going to run straight over to that bag, then I'll cut the line back here somewhere, wherever looks good. I'll put this in, and then run that over to the other bag, or vice versa, whatever works. as long as they're all connected, and then we'll get to inflating these things. So you can see I snaked it through up there, got it up there, here again, and I brought it in there. There's my T that I put on. I left it over top of that, so if you ever need to spin it for your, well, actually there's a collar there anyways, but I left it go over top of that for your, that's for your tire to bring it down. And then I snaked it. There's a, see back there, there's a line all the way down there for, it's just a, I want to keep it off the bumper. It's just like a wiring harness there. And I brought it up here. Then it's kind of goes in the frame there, then up and out to the bag. So it's very well tied on there. And yeah, you can see that the bags are still collapsed there because there's a fair amount of weight. So we'll get to putting this 10 psi in and showing you the comparing on the ride here. I'll actually try and get a picture here on the side. So that's it there, and it's actually is sitting fairly low on the ass end. So yeah, we'll throw 10 psi in her and see what she does. Alright, so that's it with the 10 psi in them. It makes them sit up just nice. You come in here, the bags are nicely inflated and I can squeeze on them. They should ride very nice, I would assume, compared to mine. Mine are very hard, the 5,000 pound bags. Yeah, that's them though. This needs a bit of a tighten here, which I'll go over and check over everything. But yeah, that's how you install bags on these Silverados and Sierras from, I think, 2007 and a half there, that newer body style there, to present. I can show you what it looks like when they're cranked right up here. I'll crank it up here. I got my airline on here. I'll put it under right now. Here we go. You can see the truck raising up. Compressor might kick in, so I'll stop here. There, unplug that thing. But yeah, that's it with about, I'd say 80 psi in it there. See how high it sits? We gain probably a good solid 2 inches, I'd say. But yeah, that's how you install these airbags in a Silverado Sierra 2007 to present, I believe. So anyways, if you like the video, please rate and subscribe, and hope you liked it. Any questions, comments, whatever, give me a shout. Thanks again, guys.